do we think of Tottenham? What do we think of shit? Thank you.
Hello people, I'm David.
I'm Travis, and we bring you the latest,
Biased
honest
opinions on football news
reviews
and previews.
in football today. You're watching
The Goal Post. Hello people and welcome back to another episode of the Goal Post podcast. What the fuck was that? Let's do that again. Hello people and welcome back to another episode of the Goal Post podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. I am doing very well. If you noticed the intro, yeah, Chelsea won comfortably, I think, dominantly. Chelsea beat Spurs dominantly. Okay, I mean the end was a bit nervy, but overall we dominated. We deserve to get those 3 points, and I am very happy. I am back to watching Chelsea games, for those of you asking, and I am thoroughly enjoying the performances the boys are putting in. Now this game against Spurs, that was going to be the real test for Thomas, and boy did we do it. Oh my god, he passed that with flying colors. I'm very impressed and very content with the performance, and so I've decided to start a new series. I was gonna make this announcement much later, but then since I haven't uploaded in a while, I decided let's just announce it right now. This series is called the Prefix. The Prefix is gonna be basically a pre-match preview kind of situation. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on the lineups, the injuries, the press conferences, and give you my predictions for all Chelsea games. If there are very important games like the Liverpool Manchester City clash or the Chelsea Man U clash, like things like that, I am going to do the same for those games as well, but it's going to be majorly Chelsea related. For those of you who don't have the Fifth Stand app, go to the Play Store. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Go down to the Play Store and download the Fifth Stand app. They have this thing called Play Predictor, which is basically where you predict the goals, the person who scores those goals, which minute the goal was scored, the possession, corners taken, shots on target, and yeah, I think that's it. And then you have a leaderboard depending on how well you do every week. So I'm gonna be putting out my predictions for the Play Predictor every week, before every game. Sorry, I think you guys like predictions and stuff like that. So I think you guys will like the series, and this is gonna be much more regular because it's gonna be before every Chelsea game. And if like I manage to record a few reactions, if it's at a decent hour, because these midweek games are because they are at like 1:45 or 1:30 in the morning, then it's just impossible for me to react live to them. Yeah, stay tuned for those videos. But let's get back to today's episode. Today's episode is about the January transfer window. So the January transfer window was very interesting. I think a lot of good names, a lot of big names were coming into the Premier League, and very exciting times for everybody in the Premier League. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first, I think, out of all the names in the list, I think there's one specific club that pops out. A club that is struggling desperately right now to hold their own in the Premier League, and to even get 3 points right now is a bit of a task for them. And yes, that club is Liverpool, and aren't we all reveling in the fact that Liverpool are struggling? And I'm very glad that they are. I kind of put it in my prediction video for the league this season. You go back and watch it. Everything I said there is slowly coming true. I said that they would tire out. I said they'd lose their hunger. I said they'd lose their drive. I said that they don't have depth, and so the injuries will catch up with them. Your boy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, your boy knows. So anyway, Liverpool have gone out and bought in two defenders, one on loan and one from Preston on a fee. That was very, very interesting for them to do that because, obviously it was they can't sustain playing Jordan Henderson and Fabinho in defense for the entire season, but this is going to be a very, very weird situation for Klopp to deal with, because this seems like more of a short-term fix for them. Let's just look at the two players who are coming in first. The two players coming in, Ben Davis and Ozan Kabak. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. It's okay, whatever. Sorry if I butchered that name, but anyway. Okay, so the first signing was Ben Davis. Okay, the 25-year-old centre back came from the Championship, yeah, and seems to be a long-term deal, but I don't know. It feels like something that'll be short-term, like a short-term fix for Liverpool. Obviously, Ozan Kabak is on loan, and so that's a short-term fix because they don't have any of the centre backs that they started the season off with. But their centre backs, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, and Joe Matip, they aren't going to be injured forever. So when they come back, they're going to have 5 centre backs. How is Klopp going to manage and keep 5 centre backs happy? I have no idea how he's going to manage that. That's going to be a task for him. I think it'll be I think it's going to be super, super interesting to see how Liverpool deal with these new boys into the team, especially taking up these very, very important and integral roles in the squad. The 2 centre backs, very, very important places, and I think it's gonna be interesting to watch how things unravel, because this could go one of two ways. This could either go in the Bruno Fernandes direction, where the 2 players gel in extremely well. Okay, they bolster the defense. They don't allow any goals to be conceded. Liverpool become a strong team with a strong spine, and they go on to win games and eventually maybe make it a top 4 or retain their championship. Or, this option seems like the more likelier option. I feel like they might take some time to gel. They might take some time to understand their roles and their position and their playing styles under a new manager with a new team that has been playing together for seasons now. And I think that might cause problems for Liverpool, more problems than actually playing their young and inexperienced centre backs. I think that's what's going to happen, personally. Okay, let's look at the outgoings now. The only name that stands out to me is Takumi Minamino. Am I saying it right? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so Minamino has left Liverpool on a loan spell to Southampton. Obviously Southampton have only 2 strikers, Che Adams and Danny Ings. Danny Ings is very prone to injuries, that we've seen, and Minamino could be a good fix for them to kind of play between the lines and make those killer passes, and something that they've been lacking a bit more of this season. Let's look at the next club. I think the next club that stands out to me is Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have made some crazy outgoings. A lot of big name players leaving the club. Socrates, Mesut Ozil going to Fenerbahce, Mustafi heading to Schalke, Ainsley Maitland-Niles to West Brom. What a catch for West Brom that is. That's a huge transfer for West Brom. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a crazy player. I rated him massively in Arsenal. He was a cold penalty taker as well. Joe Willock, Newcastle. Joe Willock was a good player. I think he was decent. He only got his chance in the Europa League, but you can only take the chances put in front of you, and I think he did. a very very underrated player and young guy, so he might take some time. They've also sent out Kolasinac on loan to Schalke. They've sent out William Saliba, which I didn't really understand because he seemed like the long-term centre-back option for them. I think they're doing well. I think Arsenal could scrape top 6 this season even. And I think one player who they brought in now in the transfer window is also going to help them with that. And that player is Martin Odegaard. Everyone has heard Martin Odegaard, but some of these over recent years his name has kind of died out. The Norwegian number 10 from Real Madrid. Obviously, he was supposed to be one of the next best players, as and I think as his playing time dwindled in Madrid, so did his quality, and I think he will require some time to get back to what we know him to be at his best. Let's move on to the next club. Yeah, the next club is Aston Villa. Now, a huge incoming player for them in the form of Morgan Sanson from Marseille. A very, very technically gifted player, and obviously not yet accustomed to what the Premier League is about, but he is no stranger to playing these teams, and he's been playing them in the Europa and I think here and there in the Champions League. But he's been a good player for them, and I think he'll suit the kind of player that Aston Villa go for, a counter-attacking, quick transition kind of team, and Aston Villa just got a whole lot more dangerous with this guy in the team. Moving on to the next club, we have Everton, and according to me, this is one of the most dangerous transfers this transfer window, and this man is from Bournemouth in the Championship division, but make no mistake, he is no stranger to the Premier League. He's been in the Premier League for a while and has been performing at the highest level for a long time, and this guy is Joshua King. I think he is going to be a huge asset for Everton, and I think that is exactly what they've been looking for. Pacey, strong, tall, and he knows the Premier League inside out, so he's going to fit in right away. And with someone like Calvert-Lewin, who's already dragging centre backs away, causing problems in the penalty box, holding up play, adding Joshua King, a pacey guy up front, or someone who can also hold his own and hold the ball up and have the vision to make the killer pass, I think is going to be a huge transfer for them, and I think he's going to have an immediate impact, no doubt about that. Moving on to the next club, we have Manchester United. So Manchester United are doing quite well in the Premier League now. They are sitting sweet at second spot with one game over Manchester City, but they are trailing them by 3 points, and if they win their game against Everton, I think they'd move up, joint first position. I think for the first time in a long time, Manchester United are looking very dangerous and looking like they could actually challenge for a title this season. But who knows? You can never tell. It's never over till it's over, guys. Chelsea's gonna win it, but no. Anyway, the incoming transfer, yes, it is in the form of Amad Diallo, a very very young, talented trickster from Atalanta. So Amad Diallo in his first game was not for the senior team, it was for the under-23 team, and I think he scored 2 goals against the under-23 Liverpool team, which is quite impressive. A very cold penalty and a good finish, good run and a good finish. He's going to be very dangerous. He's going to be like that Saka kind of player, very very tricky to get the ball off of, very very dangerous on the ball, and nightmare for defenders, honestly, nightmare, absolutely. There were also a few outgoings. Tai Chong, who was who a lot of United fans were bragging about. Marcus Rojo heading out to Boca Juniors, and Jesse Lingardinho headed to West Ham, and he's already made his debut for them, and he scored twice in the game. Very very good start, and he needed some minutes under his belt in the Premier League. He's been on the sidelines for way too long, and rightfully so. He kind of lost his place because Bruno Fernandes was running the show, running the middle of the park in Manchester United, and they brought in Van de Beek to support him in that role. So Lingard indefinitely kind of lost his role there and lost his place, but I think he fits in well into West Ham. Honestly, West Ham needs that kind of player, who can drive and to take them out of these tricky situations. I think they brought in Ben Rama. They brought in Ben Rama to do that, but I think he's having a hard time adjusting to the Premier League a bit. But very very interesting signing for West Ham, who are doing quite well actually. They're doing very very well in the Premier League. They're sitting 5th on the table. Okay, with this we end today's episode, and thank you guys so much for watching today's episode and tuning in. I'm very very happy to be back making regular content. Go ahead and drop a like if you liked what you saw today. Now, from what I've been seeing, 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so go down and subscribe to the channel now. It takes you 1 second, doesn't cost you anything. So and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.